So this is the new car right here. Ooh-wee. Dang. Our first car where the doors go up.
Oh, man.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. There he is. Quick launch. Yeah. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation here with my 2015 Lamborghini Huracan. Now, I just dropped a video showing my F12 and the monthly payment on my F12. Now, I did some creative financing with that car, but a lot of people were saying
anybody with a Ferrari or a Lamborghini would not pay or pay monthly payments on a car. They would actually pay it in cash, or they couldn't afford it or something like that, right?
Now I'm going to explain to you why a lot of people that have supercars like this, why they choose to finance those supercars rather than pay them in cash outright. Now, first of all, let me say, this car is paid off, but I'm not sure if that was the smartest thing for me to do. But when I bought it, I did finance it. I financed it. I don't know. I can't remember what the term was. I think it was like a 5-year term, and I financed half of it, like 100 grand or something. But I'm gonna use this car as an example, right? This is my 2015 Lamborghini Huracan. If you were to buy this car used, like I did, the car would roughly cost about $200,000. And if you finance $200,000, just for example, because most people, when they do finance, they do put some money down. But let's say you finance the whole amount. Let's say you finance $200,000 to get this here Lamborghini, right? You would pay, let's say you've got decent credit and they gave you a percentage rate of 5% annually. So you would be paying the bank 5% on that $200,000 every year, which would amount to about $10,000 a year, which is a lot of interest, which is true. Right, 5% on a loan of 200,000 would be about 10 grand. And let's say you finance half of that, like I did, you might be paying 5 grand a year in taxes. Right now, the question is, why then would you pay cash for this vehicle? Maybe you will want to avoid paying that 5% interest on that loan and save yourself 5 grand or 10 grand. Now, why do a lot of people that get these cars choose to finance them instead of avoiding that interest that they would have to pay to the bank? And that is because most people that can afford these cars also understand the opportunity cost of money. So if you have cash, let's say you got 200 grand and you want this car, but you're like, nah, that might not be smart. You know, let me finance this car and go ahead and pay the bank 5%, but let me take my 200,000 and invest it in the market. So I'm gonna give you a real life example. Over the last 12 months, if you took 200 grand, you know, my dummy, I paid this thing off. Maybe I should have not paid it off and took the money and invested in the market and just kept paying the payment to the bank. But let's just say you invested $200,000 and you financed this, right? So you already out the gate on the first year, you're gonna lose 10 grand. That's what you're gonna have to pay in interest to the bank. But you invest in a mutual fund, like a total index fund over the total, US stock market, right? So here's a fund that I looked up. It's called VTI. It's a Vanguard fund. It's an index fund that tracks the entire stock market. And the return over 12 months for that particular index fund was roughly 60% over the last 12 months. So if you can do the math, what is 60% of $200,000 that you would invest in the market as opposed to putting it and paying this car off with cash? You would have made on that 200,000, what is 2 times 60? $120,000 you would have made over the last 12 months if you invested 200 grand in the stock market instead of sinking it in a depreciating asset like a car. That is why people do not typically rush to pay cash with these vehicles, because they want to use their cash to invest in opportunities that give them a higher interest rate than what they have to pay the bank. Bingo, super simple. That's the reason why. So all of you guys that are out there saying nobody that owns a Ferrari pays payments on it, they can't afford it. Nobody that has a Lamborghini, blah, blah, blah. No, if you're smart with your money, and that's a lot of money that you can do some things with. Like me personally, I like to take my money and put it in the real estate market and do flips, and then use my cash to do flips and see how much interest and profit I can make on a flip, as opposed to paying off a new vehicle. Like my next car, which I'm calling YOLO, which you guys will see on the channel soon, so hit that subscribe button if you like this knowledge and you also like the cars. But I got a new car coming to the channel. It's called YOLO. I did finance that car. I'm not going to tell you how much that car costs just yet, but stay tuned. You will see that car on May 16th. That's the reveal. It's going to be at a car show here in Columbus at Mercedes-Benz of Easton from 11 to 4 in Central Ohio. You'll be able to see YOLO, and I'll go over all the numbers and show you why I didn't finance that car, because look what the market is doing. The market is giving crazy returns right now. It's probably going to crash eventually, so I got a lot of cash saved up for that opportunity. When stuff crashes, then you get in the market and ride it back up, just like I did real estate back in 2010. But there you go, a little bit of knowledge mixed with a little bit of car content. Like I said, that's my 2015 Lamborghini Huracan 610-4 supercharged by VF Engineering. This is why people with money don't like to sink big sums of money immediately into depreciating assets like this, because they can invest that money and make more in the market or in real estate than they have to pay the bank to borrow the money. You see what I'm saying? So you have enough money where you can pay. Like I had a 5-year loan on this. I paid it off, but it's not the smartest thing to have a paid off expensive vehicle like this. But I know if I need the money, I can take a loan out against it and invest that money and make a little bit of money back. So that's how you be smart with your money. That's how these people do it, man. I'm still learning, but I'm sharing as I go.
Yo, I want to give a major shout out to Will Motivation. If you guys are out there on the couch right now, get your ass up, go work, whatever it is, go grind towards whatever it is you love. Major shout out to Will. Congrats on the new Lambo, and it only makes sense we got to go on a little Lambo drive soon.
It's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm here to tell you guys to go to Will Motivation. The exotic cars is crazy. I've been watching this show for a little while now and it's growing. But we need everybody else to subscribe to Will Motivation and support Will. I'm supporting them. You do the same.